skipping something because I haven't figured out how I'm going to do the fangs yet, what I'm going to use to do the fangs. So I'm going to start doing some of the corpsing of the at the bottom of the legs and the feet and stuff. So I'm going to do the cotton ball and school glue method for now. And it's a messy process. There's no really easy way to do this. So I might actually just pour a spot of glue and then just mix the cotton into it. If you unroll it, by the way, before you do it. And cotton balls unroll pretty easy. You just find the spot and you just do that and it unrolls. So this is a pretty neat technique. I've done it on pumpkins, on jack-o'-lanterns. Comes out really good. So anyway, I'm just going to do that. And like I said, there is no neat way to do this. It's just one of those fun, messy crafts. So you get the glue in it. Okay, so you get it on here somewhere. And then the technique is to get it to stretch out. And that even wasn't the best. But keep working it in. And all of these things, the more you do it, the more you stretch out and stuff. The cooler it looks, because it gets this stringy effect going on, and it's pretty wild. Alright, YouTube, I'm back at it. I let this dry. Most of it dried well. Some of it did not. I had it hanging outside all night, and it was too humid out, so it didn't dry, so I stuck it inside with the air conditioning to help it dry. I've also torn up some newspaper to add to the corpsing effect, so which I haven't done it with the newspaper yet. So this will be a experience for me. And I've also unraveled some more of the cotton balls. So literally just going to try to do this with one hand, I think, with the newspaper, so I can leave one hand clean. And I could already see, once this gets painted, it's going to look great. So, in any undone edges, they just look like torn skin. So I'm doing like a mismatch here of stuff. Let's see, we'll use this one here. Start by working on the joints more than anything. So wet it down really good. Wrinkle it in, because what it does is when it dries wrinkled, it starts to look like shrunken in, wrinkled skin, and that's the whole point of it. I might try to put a bend in there. Do the same thing here. Try to work on that. So that's kind of what I'm after right And it's to get a combination of a little bit of everything going here to make it really look gross. So, and you don't have to cover every bit of it. Some people would do the whole thing with the newspaper, but I'm not going to do that. Alright, YouTube, I have started working on the paper parts and started to work on the wings, as you can see here. It's probably going to squeak a little bit, but there you go. I've cut off longer strips there, and I've got some medium strips and some small strips. So I decided to do a paper mache mix right there, and it's actually working out quite well. And it's a slow process, and I will get it done. It's just going to take time. Alright, as you can see, it is moving right along, and I'll show a little bit of it. So basically, take your strip. This is just how I'm doing it. I'm doing various sizes. Some are bigger than others. Okay, and we'll do that. Match it to that. And come in here, fold it up. You don't have to always do it that way. A lot of times it's just laying over the top. But that's how I've been doing it. So, alright, let me get back to it. Alright, YouTube, I'm back with doing more paper mache. I'm going to do the front part. I did the back part. It's mostly, it's a little bit tacky and a little bit wet in spots, but it's good enough that I can start doing the front to secure the wings there. So, and I want to do it before I run out of this mix, because I'd have to go to the store to get more supplies to make more, get more glue. So, anyway, got my strips, and I'm just going to start securing it more. When I was working on it this morning, I got a whole bunch of drip all over me. I'm just going to keep doing that. Probably, I mean, I could get one layer on there really quickly, but I will do more secure. And so, like, I just did two that were vertical. Now I'm going to do a horizontal piece on here to help secure. All right, YouTube, I'm at a stopping point, and I have improved the wings from the front side and a little bit more from the back side. I started to make that tail piece. So I gotta let it drip dry. I also have a fan to put on it to blow it dry a little bit too. It's probably going to rain soon, so I'm going to have to move it from this spot to another spot in a little bit, and then when it's not dripping anymore, I'll put it inside where it will dry a lot faster. So these things don't dry well out in the heat and humidity. So anyway, it's coming along really good, and I'm extremely happy with it, and it's cool. Hey there, folks. Back here with an update on this demon skeleton bat dude, and it's been a while since I worked on it. It's probably been sitting for over a month. But anyway, I started to put more corpsing around the front of it. And obviously, I think I've talked about this before and showed it. You use cotton balls and glue to do that. And so I'll put a little bit more corpsing in here. Then I got to do along the top of the arms and wings. Then I'll do some of the backside, and I'll probably corpse around here a little bit. But I'm going to probably wait to corpse around here because I'm going to modify this thing to shorten these, still with the lights in it probably. Or possibly not. I might just, you know what, I think I'm going to keep the lights for myself. But I need little horns for this. I'm going to trip this. And this was from like the dollar section at Target, I think. And because he needs some horns. And then I'm also going to take a file, and I'm going to file in between the teeth and make them pointed. All the teeth pointed. It'll make it look really evil. So, and once all that's done and everything dries and everything, I will do the painting process, and that will be when a lot of fun happens. Okay, an update on the progress, and I'll get some close shots. You can see what I've done with the corpsing. So I'm going to continue this on the other side. Okay, an update here on the progress. I have corpsed the back of the wings. I'll get some close shots here. You see what I've done. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do something on the other side. And I'm going to work on the teeth. So I'm going to take the X-Acto knife and cut the slit between the teeth and then file them pointed. Alright, a wee update. The X-Acto knife was not strong enough to cut through really well, so we ended up using one of these box cutter things, and I ended up doing that. It actually made a mistake on one of the teeth, but it looks kind of cool because it makes it look a little disorienting. So now I got to do the main set, which is going to be a little harder. And I'm going to have to take my time. It was easier to work on this because I could hold it down with one hand and then press down with this at an angle to do the teeth once I had made the main cut. So anyway, I'll come back when I've done the rest. Okay, update here, and you see what I've done with the teeth. So the next bit is to put the horns on, but I'm cutting them so that they're only about a third of the size of what you see, so that it just fits better, and then I will paint everything, and that'll be the end of it. So I'll show you when I'm done attaching the horns, and then I'll show some of the painting process. Okay, quick recap. Remember, I sharpened the teeth. On the top row, I had to use a Dremel tool. I don't remember if I mentioned that at the last point. But I've got the horns trimmed, and they'll go like up here, like so. And then because they are smaller, they used to be that big. Now they're just that big. they will look better on the skeleton. Okay, an update on how it's going, and was a little bit tricky, but what I decided to do was to hot glue the horns on, and then I'm going to use model glue and then liquid cement to bond the plastic together after enough of the hot glue dries, and that ought to hold it in place pretty well. I had come up with another idea. I'm not going to do that because it's just too much work for what this is. I could have filled these with Gorilla Glue and then stuck a screw in there and let that set. And as the glue expands, trim off the excess. And once it was dried, it would have taken me like 24 hours to properly do. Then I could have drilled a hole into the skull and then screwed them in, and they really wouldn't have come off. Okay, an update. I have finished. Glue is pretty much dried, and I've gone around and I put more hot glue around to create that little foundation where horns meet bone. So anyway, that's where this is at. That's going to dry. After that, when all that dries, then I will begin the painting. Probably going to paint it all black first, and then I will start dry brushing in the rest. So, all right.